Welcome to The Curious Edge, where today we uncover the story of Mileva Merrick, Albert Einstein, first love, and the woman who may have helped him develop his theories. You heard that right. We are talking about Albert Einstein, the famed physicist and engineer who is best known for introducing the famous equation E equals mc, showing mass and energy are interchangeable. He changed our understanding of space, time, and energy. Mileva was born in 1875 in what was then the Austrian Empire, now Serbia. From an early age, she showed exceptional talent in mathematics and physics, despite being mostly self-taught. This was a time when women were almost entirely excluded from these fields. But Mileva's determination led her to enroll at the Polytechnic in Zurich, one of the very few institutions that admitted women at the time. It was there that she met a fellow student, Albert Einstein. Their connection was not only personal, but deeply intellectual. They exchanged ideas, worked side by side, and explored the great scientific questions of their day. In 1901, they married and moved to Berlin, where Einstein began his rise to international fame. But it was in those early years in Zurich that their most significant scientific work took place. What makes the relationship so fascinating is that the traditional narrative has positioned Mileva as a mere footnote in Einstein's biography, a supportive wife who may have helped with some of his early work but ultimately played a secondary role. However, a closer examination of their lives together reveals a more complex and intriguing story. Albert and Mileva were both working toward their doctorates at the time. Albert's was in physics and Mileva's in mathematics. Though Albert would achieve his doctorate in 1905, Mileva would not finish her studies due to financial constraints and the gender biases of the institution. Despite this setback, she continued her scientific work and even wrote her own thesis, which she defended orally. This oral defense was highly unusual for women at the time. It goes to show that she was well respected by her peers. During this period, the couple faced financial difficulties, and Albert had to take a job as a patent clerk, a position that left him disillusioned and unhappy. Mileva, meanwhile, supported the family with her small income and took care of their two children. Yet she did not abandon her passion for science. Their letters reveal a genuine partnership of minds, where Mileva contributed her own insights to the problems of light, energy, and relativity. Some historians believe that Mileva's calculations and perspectives actually influenced Einstein's most famous early theories, including his work on the equivalence of mass and energy, later known as the E equals mc squared equation, a finding he would share with the world in 1905. In fact, historian and physicist L.B.R. McIlwain argues that Mileva's influence on Einstein's thinking was substantial, and that without her, he might not have been able to develop his groundbreaking theories. According to McIlwain, Mileva's understanding of electromagnetism and her ability to visualize complex mathematical concepts were instrumental in their work together. For example, she helped Einstein with his thought experiments, such as imagining riding a beam of light, which ultimately led to his development of the theory of special relativity. However, Mileva's name was nowhere to be found on any of Einstein's papers. Why? Perhaps because the prevailing attitudes of the time viewed a woman's participation in physics as a distraction from the pursuit of serious science. Mileva herself believed that she simply wasn't treated equally. After their move to Berlin, Mileva effectively abandoned her career. As Albert became a global icon, Mileva's name disappeared from the public eye. She was the quintessential hidden figure, sacrificing her own dreams to support her husband's success. But this was not a choice she made willingly. Einstein once said that he could not have done his work without Mileva's help. Yet he also stated publicly that he never collaborated with his wife. He even went as far as to claim that Mileva had nothing to do with his work. What led him to make such statements remains unclear. But whatever the reason, it's safe to say that this narrative does not reflect the reality of their relationship and contributions. Today, Scholars and historians continue to bring Mileva's name back into the light, reminding us that behind every celebrated genius, there may be another who went unrecognized. If you enjoy my content and want to support the channel, you can make a donation via PayPal. Every contribution helps me create more videos, helps us continue bringing you fascinating stories of hidden histories. Support the channel. Donate via PayPal, link in the description. And that's all for today. Until next time, stay curious and thanks for watching.